Batmavadi, I'm reading a message. Bit bigger question. You ought to read it twice at least. By the way, this question is going to check your agile thought process. Um, mhm, mhm. Wow, this question is going to be interesting. I'm seeing A, B, C, D. God, all the alphabets are here. Guys. All right. Let's see what YouTube people are saying. Uh-huh. Let's see what YouTube people are saying there. YouTube people are saying D. Okay, Shakshi, Preeti, you are giving D. So, an interesting question, I feel. Okay, let's spend a few minutes here. It's a very big question. One thing I heard, some people took exam a few days back. Some of them from Europe took the exam. They were saying that, you know what, Shri, we have a big monitor. And when I read the question, I have to literally move my head from left to right in exam hall. Why I'm saying this is in exam hall, be prepared. When I say be prepared, some of us are taking your exams in your mobile, practicing. Some of us taking in an iPad or a laptop, which is maybe 14 or 15 inches, small one. If you go to center-based exam, they're going to give a 30, 35 inches big monitor. Your monitor is so big that a question like this will go from left to right. And a person said it took 20, 25 questions for me to adapt to that. It's real. It's a real thing. It's going to happen in the exam hall. If in case you have a monitor at your home, maybe give some practice on that. Shri, someone should practice this. Come on, man. If you feel like that, it's okay. It's okay. If some of you worried on it, I'll tell be prepared. In exam hall, you're going to get a big monitor and your question goes big, broader from left to right. You have to literally move. There was a guy who said that, you know what, it's so tough for me. So I keep a finger on the monitor and I keep reading by finger. So it's a bit crazy. So just saying that be prepared is such a big question. Okay, then let's go to the answers. I have in YouTube D and C. Here I have in Zoom, I have A, B, C, D. All answers are here. Wow, wow. Let's go by the question now. Okay, understanding from the question. Help me, which term is more important as per you? Because I have answered A, B, C, D. Everyone tell me one word which you felt which is important for you.
Client concerns.
Okay, then I read from here. I start from here. A team is developing a human resource module of an enterprise resource planning ERP system. Developing. Is it a past tense, present tense, or a happening? Or future
Happening.
tense?
Happening.
Should it be present tense?
Happening.
Yes.
Okay, present. Okay. During a site visit, the client observes concerning data on the team's information radiators. Okay, during a site visit, the client observes concerning data on the team's information radiator. So can someone say this is important concerning data?
Yes.
Okay, on the team's information. Okay, then what? Anything else interesting?
Abandoned chart.
Team is behind the planned progress.
Current 3 weeks iteration. The team is 1/3 of the way through the iteration, but the actual progress to date reflects the team's behind the planned progress. Team is behind the planned progress. Okay. I also heard something called burn down chart depicts the progress of the current 3 weeks iteration. So it's a 3 weeks iteration. With 3 weeks iteration means can I say 15 days? Is it 15 days? Which means Monday till Friday.
Yes.
Again
Yes.
another Monday till Friday. Again another Monday till Friday, isn't it? So it's a 15 days plan. So burn down depicts the progress of the current 3 weeks iteration. The team is 1/3 of the way through the iteration. 1/3. Do anyone think this is important?
Yes, 1/3. Yes.
1/3.
Yes.
So if there are totally 10 items they completed, where they are?
2/3.
7.
How much they completed? The team is 1/3 of the way through the iteration. So it's not about the
Maybe
items,
7.
right? It is about 1/3 means somewhere here. Can I say like that?
Yeah.
Somewhere here?
Yes, first we completed.
Yeah,
Let's
somewhere there, right? It is not about number of work items, it's about the timeline. Can I assume that way? Somewhere here, okay?
Yes.
But the actual progress to the date reflects that team is behind the planned progress. Planned is something they planned. 10 items they planned, they want to complete in this way. 10 items they want to complete in some way, but somewhere they're behind. They are in the first Friday, somewhere they're behind. Very good. The client express concerns and asks a team lead. Now comes a parameter, team lead, to discuss it with the product owner. How should team lead respond? So for me, my usual thing is in exam question paper, first I want to see who is being targeted in this question. Okay, now help me, who is being targeted in this question?
Team lead.
Team lead. Team lead.
Lead should respond. Okay. Being an agile team, when they use the word team lead, only team lead can make a decision.
No, no.
No. No.
Not
No.
always, not always,
All.
but at least here it's a lead is being targeted. Okay. So we understood tense, which is current happening, and we understood who is being targeted. Very clear. Is it a critical situation now? What is the situation now? Is it intensity of the question? The problem is going to showstopper, or do you think it's a showstopper or no? Yes or no?
No.
It's not a showstopper, isn't it? Why you say it's not a showstopper when the client is unhappy?
because it is ongoing. The sprint is not yet completed.
In 15 days, we are in the fifth day of the sprint. Can I say like that? Fifth day, an example. Okay, fifth day we're in the sprint. So we're in the middle of the sprint somewhere, not even middle, 1/3, somewhere there. Now client is raising a concern. But when client is raising a concern, should I look at it as, oh man, it's so dangerous, it's a showstopper, wow. Should I think like that? Or should I think that we are 1/3, we have more time because it's an agile team? Should I think in that way?
The concern.
We Sorry, go
Uh-huh.
ahead.
But mm,
Can become
we
shows.
can't.
We're
No,
not able.
basically.
we can't take it so lightly because client expressed some
Client
concern.
concern. Okay, very good. Very good. We can't take lightweight because it's a present, it's an agile team. Client is raising a concern. Client saw the burn down chart. But for your information, somebody who don't know burn down is the information radiator. It's a chart created by system itself. For example, if you go to Jira board or Microsoft or whatever tool you use, monday.com, it automatically generates a report. It is showing where you are. You want to complete PMP studies, but you are running behind. Even though you have a calendar with you, you're running behind. That's visible. Your parents or family seeing that, oh man, it's not going good. So let's not decide whether it's a showstopper or not. But to me, I will not tell this is a showstopper. A showstopper is something which is not going to allow you to work forward. But my team can work. In this situation, team can work. But there is a concern raised. Now, client express a concern, team lead has to take responsibility. Here, the lead could be a project manager, scrum master, agile manager, agile coach, someone who has accountability of it. Now, let's listen a little more on the question. I'm yet to go to the answer. I'm still making you to understand the question. The client expresses concern and ask the team lead to discuss. Look at here. Now, this guy is giving instruction to you, telling that team lead to discuss with the product owner. Now, question to you. Here, what is the role of a product owner in agile team? What is the role of a product owner in agile team?
To prioritize the activities in the backlog.
Very good. First thing is, if I have a backlog like this, backlog means what?
Work items, the
Collection
features.
of requirements.
Collection of
Well
requirements.
said. Collection of requirements. Okay. I can have a user story, feature, whatever it is. So we prioritize high and low. Who is our example product owner in our classes?
Julie.
Julie.
Julie. Okay, let's invite Julie. At least once we have to call Julie. So Julie is a person who is putting high and low here. Now, her role is to prioritize the work. Now, when the team is going this way, what a team lead will talk with the product owner? What is expected to talk there? This person is setting high and low priority. Very good.
Prioritization.
Okay, that's nice. But your vehicle has started and your vehicle is going to run for 15 days. Okay, you are on the fifth day. On the fifth day, your sponsor is telling, go and talk to the product owner. Already priorities is set here, isn't it? This priority has been picked up by your team, and this is what they're working already now. This is called sprint backlog. Do you all know sprint backlog? Sprint backlog. See, from product backlog, we shifted some item to sprint backlog, and your team is working on that item. Now, middle of the sprint or fifth day, what you are going to talk with your product owner on this concern?
We will engage the product owner into the daily stand-up.
Okay. All right. Since things are going like that, let me now listen to the answers one by one. I'll go from the bottom. I'll start from the bottom. I have some people D. In YouTube, I have Sakshi D, Preeti D. Here also, I have some people D. I can't listen to Sakshi and Preeti, so I listen to someone here. Anyone here for D here? D. I have some people. Santa Lakshmi. And I see Kushbu. Okay, I'll start with Santa Lakshmi. Santa Lakshmi, why you think D is a good answer?
See, because the team lead has we are on the back. The team is not, doing enough.
Ah.
As a product owner, since the team is lagging, he has to identify if something can be prioritized or something can be moved. So I thought D would be the answer.
Okay. You mean ask the product owner, that is in our example, Julie, ask her, identify stories that can be pulled out. Okay, pulled out of the current iteration, which means we are on the fifth day. If I plan to do 10 items in this list, 10 items, we are expecting to pull 2 or 3 items.
2 items. So that
the team can meet the planned story points.
planned story points, I thought.
Okay. Okay, I respect the thought what you had. I'm not going to say anything here. I'm going to respect that. But what I'm understanding here is burn down depicts the progress current 3 weeks. 1/3 way, but the actual progress to the date reflects the team is behind plan.
Behind. Since the team is behind.
Behind. But they didn't tell how much you're behind.
Behind. They didn't tell how much.
They didn't tell how much you're behind. You're behind, but they leave it there, open.
Okay.
Okay. Then I listened to the Shanta Lakshmi. Then I listened to Kushbu also. Kushbu, what is your thought?
I also had a similar approach. Since team is already behind and from the burn down chart depicts the progress and the client is not happy. So just to make that, just optimize it. So I thought that is a good option. Maybe
Okay.
immediate result what we can, immediate option what we can provide.
Okay. Can I say Julie is a representative of the client? Could be. Okay. If a client is speaking, they are speaking in perspective of Julie also. Because when I say product owner could be from the customer themselves or a representative of the customer or can be a proxy. So point here is they're asking a lead, a scrum master or a project manager to talk to business person. Hey, look like it's going heavy. Pull out some item out so that the team can move faster. That's where deciding. Okay, I leave that point. And then I move to answer C. C. I have someone who said C. Who I have? Puneet. I'm saying C. Puneet or Vinit.
Actually, we need this side. So
Yep.
basically, first thing, if I use the elimination technique, then I will first eliminate the first point A. The option A I will eliminate. I think I can also eliminate. Why I'm going with a C first, I will tell you. Basically, before talking to the product owner, I should talk with my team. I will prefer that first. I will identify where we are lagging, what issues my team member are facing. We will discuss internally first, then we will go to the product owner. So C, that's why I will follow the C, then I will go for a B. And the correct answer is C, according to me.
According to you, what you think is you want to individually talk to them and find someone is underperforming. Yeah. Get to iteration back on track. Okay. By talking this, what we're going to do? Are we going to give motivation to faster, or are we going to pull somebody out of the team, replace someone?
No, I will not pull someone, but I will just try to understand where my team is lagging, what issue. Let's say if they are facing some issue, I will try to identify that part first. And then resolution, then I will go to the product owner to discuss in the meeting. I have some points to discuss with product owner as well, right? What issue we are facing, why we lack on that specific iteration. So I should have few points to discuss. So that point I can discuss first with my team. That's why I think C option is the right one.
Okay. Here I'm reducing the work. Here I'm understanding the people problem. People issues. You understand why they are not performing properly. That you're understanding. Okay, good. Thanks for that. Is it Puneet, you have something for this?
Yeah, same logic had applied, and reason being, before going to product owner, we should know the groundwork, against what is going to, what is my ask for product manager. It should
All
be
right.
like that. Okay, yeah, there is a concern, and
In Tuckman ladder, probably you will see forming, storming, norming where they are, isn't it? Forming, storming, norming, performing. But you're not looking as a team. You're looking as an individual. That's a different, isn't it? You want to see individually what is demotivating them, why they're doing it. Is it any help needed there? You're seeing that. Okay, people issue. Good, thanks, Puneet and Vinit. Then let's quickly go to B. B, I have somebody with a B. Sudarshanu.
Yes, sir. Yes, I used both approach, little knowledge of Agile and the elimination. So for me, A and D were straightforward eliminated. So I was left with only B and C. And because we are seeing this as a project manager perspective. So in between, we have got also the product owner who knows actually what the storylines are and how the performance is going to happen. And if we understand that we are only 1/3 out of 15 days, and there are some challenges that we can definitely discuss during the daily stand-ups to understand first. And then if I find something is difficult, then I can opt to see in the next step, that is go and talk to the individual person who is having performance. But the first approach will be to talk through the product owner and collect the impediments during the daily stand-up.
Okay, you want to find the root cause?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think daily stand-up is a place to find the root cause?
No, we just in the daily stand-ups, we just only come to know about the impediments that they have, the challenge that they are facing. So they after that, only those people, those who have problem, that can be referred later on.
So as a team lead, as a scrum master, as a project manager, we will ask the product owner, hey, can you observe the daily stand-up? What if Julie says, hey, you are the scrum master, you are the project manager, you are the team lead. Why don't you think you have to address it? What if she questions you back? Because I am a business person, I talk priority. You are the person who talk people and process, but you are telling me to check it. Why should I do that? Are you going on holiday? I'm just throwing the question. Do you think this question will come?
Yeah, that's right. But because we know the project manager is only driving the project in that way, and the performance daily is being run by the product owner, because the product owner has prioritized the backlog
True.
and assigned the task also the team members.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sure the product owner understands which team member on which task has got the challenge at the stage.
Interesting. Let me listen to Vivek also. Thanks for that answers. Vivek, please go ahead.
Yeah, Shri, what I think about B is that first we have to see like how the information is flowing. Information will flow from client to the product owner, then it will come to the team member, because product owner work as a shield for the team. And in that case, when the product owner will address the performance, then it is providing the transparency, which is one of the factor in the agile environment. Apart from that, during the daily stand up, we get to know about the impediments, and these impediments might have a certain concern which will raise to a blocker or dependency. So in that case, we have to check for these daily stand-up meetings and see that what are the impediments which are blocking this. And since we are in the starting phase of this particular sprint, so early we will realize the impediments, we can resolve it
The
sooner.
stand up. Okay. I listen to your point. Thanks for that point. I appreciate it. Thanks for that. Listen, one more person. Satish, you have something for B?
Yeah, Shri. So basically, if I use the elimination technique, I can come to the B, and also as Vic said, so the agile we have to in this question we have to address the client's concern. So involving the product owner, which means directly, okay, we have taken this issue
Okay.
seriously, and we have involved the product owner, and we are getting into the issue.
Issue on
And
that one.
yeah, when the product owner is in the daily scrum, we will have the transparency and try to understand, okay, what exactly happens. So we will comes to know these things. And using the elimination techniques, if I go with option D, um, it is like, it is not that critical to pull out the user stories
Okay.
in between the sprint, and
You
also
feel
to the
pulling out
option.
is not good. Pulling out is not
Yeah,
advised.
yeah. It's not that critical. And also option C, so it is like if we talk to each team member, it may go against to the agile, like blame games. It could be
Ah.
goes in that way. So
Okay.
yeah,
Non-agile. You feel non-agile.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And if I go to the option A, it is like we are not concerning about the client's concern. So I thought B is the right approach and the right
That's
answer.
your view. Okay. I appreciate that. Thanks, Satish. I know we're taking a lot of time in this question because through this question, I'm trying to see how your mind is thinking towards agility, how your question reading ability is there. Even though the question takes 10 or 20 minutes, I'll be happy if you can understand this. This kind of analysis can help when you're going to do analysis on your question paper. Why I'm doing this time of effort now, right now is I have many people who took an exam, short exam, 10 question, 40 question, or 5 question. They see the results. Shri, out of 15 questions, I got 12 correct. Great. Yay, great. That's it. Move on. Next exam. What happened to that 15 question? Did you check really why that is right, why it is wrong? Did you took time to analyze it? If you can do that for a while, your score starts improving. That's the reason I'm taking time to show that how to do this. Thanks for all the answers with the B, C, and D. Last one I'm going to check before I declare the answer. Yeah. For A, I see how many people. In online, I don't have many people. I think in online, I have Suraj. Suraj says A is an answer. Here, I have Deepak an answer. Deepak, why you thought A is a good answer?
We already moved from product backlog to sprint backlog just a week and a half back. So if I am a Scrum Master who believes in the team, and the first work of a Scrum Master is to say no, that then even though he has expressed concern, we still have time to rectify all those things during the sprint. He has time to respond. So ideal answer should be like there's no action required as of now. We are in the middle of an iteration. Let the iteration complete. If there is anything that needs to be changed, we will take it up in the retrospective and adjust the needful requirement in the next one.
Which means give them the time to complete the work.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I hear your point. Okay. Now, hey, thanks for all the points here. Now, first request to the team here is, can someone read the principle number 5 in Agile? There are 12 principles. Read the 5th principle. One of you can read the 5th principle? Wow, you're writing principle every day?
Build projects around
Yep.
motivated individuals, give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done.
All right. Okay. Build the projects around motivated individuals. First, when you form an agile team, you form a team called cross-functional team. In the class somewhere you learned it. A T-shape, a cross-functional team, knowledge workers, if you remember that. If that is the case, now what is happening here is it's a sprint of 15 days. Starts here and goes here. 15 days. In this 15 days, this team has planned something they can achieve that is called as a sprint goal. If anyone heard about sprint goal, they decided a sprint goal. So there is something called product backlog. Product backlog. Julie helped, which is high priority, low priority. Her role ends there. From this high and low priority, team picked up because they are knowledge workers. They put into another small bucket called sprint backlog. Now they're going to work on this backlog in a sense of next 15 days. They, as a team, has did something called sprint planning. Have you anyone remember this word, sprint planning? Sprint planning.
Yes.
They work it 4 hours on the planning. What they plan is how we are going to achieve this. This team clearly aware how they're going to work for 15 days. Now client visits on the 5th day. Completely fine. It's a transparency. In Agile, in Scrum, we believe there is a word called transparency, isn't it? Transparency, which means anyone can see that. That doesn't mean anyone can go and course correct a team just like that. They are knowledge workers. The 5th principle says what it says: build projects around motivated individuals. Trust them. You have to trust them, which means they know what to do. Now, how do you trust them? How do you trust them? You tell that, hey guys, it's a middle of the sprint. Team is focusing on what to do. If they fail fast and learn. Now, this is called agile mindset. Why I took 20 minutes to talk about it? Because I found people gave different answers. I heard pull out the sprint items. Not a good advice. Individually talking to each team members, non-agile. Go and ask a product owner to fix it. Why a product owner should fix it? No, actually no action needed here. Which means because it is a 15 days sprint, team knows what to do. Even if they fail, they will sit and talk in retro. You can comment on review meeting. You have something called review meeting. In the review meeting, same these guys who saying concern should come here. You sit here and let know what is working, what is not working. At least give the time that a time box. Is it called as a time box? Time box. Somewhere I shown you a scrum master or a project manager in Agile. She will stand with a pink shirt, if you remember it. She will shield this team from unwanted distraction. You remember that? There is an image I showed you in the class.
Yes.
She has to shield the team from unwanted distraction. What is unwanted distraction? What you are hearing here is an unwanted distraction. She has to clear the blockers on the way for the team. She has to show the vision to the team. What does it mean? In a sprint, there could be up and down. Fluctuation is expected during the sprint. There may be times that the team is behind. Since it is in the middle of the iteration, nothing needs to be done. At the end of the iteration, during the retrospective, the team should identify what went well, what can be improved. They'll improve. If they committed 10 items, they did only 9 items, it's okay. Completely okay. Okay, now read the principle number 8 or 7. Can somebody read the principle number 8? Sustainable pace. Principle number 8 or 7? 8, I believe. Read the principle number 8.
8.
Agile
Agile.
processes.
Agile
Agile
process.
Agile
promotes
processes promote sustainable development. The
Yes.
sponsors, developers,
Yes.
and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely.
Definitely. Sustainable pace. In the name of Agile, you cannot excuse your team. Do more, do more, do more. No. It should be sustainable pace because it's a logical knowledge work. So principle number 5 says believe the team, trust it. As principle number 8 says sustainable pace. This is what principle says. If you can believe that, it's called being agile. If you got that, that is what your PMP exam questions.
So, what about this burn down chart? What we are just we have to also
Yep.
monitor. Right? What will happen to
Yep.
that?
Burn down chart. Yeah, it shows. If I see a burn down chart today, it looks good, not good. It's okay. We are on the 5th day of the sprint. It's okay. Team, let's sit and talk. You can give your feedback. I'm not denying that. I'm happy to receive your feedback. Because of feedback, I will not course correct just like that. Then what is the respect I have for my team? They planned it, right? It is not a manager driven plan. It is not a critical path like we do in a plan driven project. It's a change driven project. Team knows how to handle it. If they can't do that, yes, they will talk in retrospect. I'll give feedback. I'm not denying that. But I will not stop something in the middle. If I keep on course correcting, they cannot reach a destination. That is where, as agile managers, we will be stepping back. Yes, buddy, I understand, but let's give time for them. Let's see what they are doing. If they can't do that, if they consistently say they're failing on this, then we'll make some course correction. If not, we have something called velocity. Do you remember velocity? We check for velocity, right? What we do in velocity? Once we do good, once a good bad. We will understand why the average is low, average is high. There's a whole question what they're trying to understand from you is, first of all, are you trusting your team members? Second is, are you understanding in Agile there is something called time box? In this a time box, you should not disturb your team. Are you understanding this? This PMI want to understand from this question. Pooh. Tricky question. Okay. I heard Deepak. Deepak, you say that I don't want to disturb the team. How do you say that? How do you thought about it?
I did say so. That time it was one of the questions that first of activity, of Scrum Master. This is an experience-based answer, Shri, not book-based. Ideally, this does come in whenever you have a very aggressive product owner or aggressive team managers who want to get things checked every now and then, and they are like on a hyper mode to understand, oh, this chart doesn't sound good. Do you want additional resources? Do you want additional team, or do you want to remove something, put something back? So as a Scrum Master, being an experienced one, you need to say, okay, you're good, thank you, but let's hold on for a few more weeks. If it doesn't work out well, then let's see. I have even seen in some places like Bank of New York Mellon where they have done, a kind of rework of the whole replanning in between the running sprint, which was again anti-agile way of doing things. But those were the days who didn't understand the agile way properly and they implement the way they wanted.
But yeah, Deepak, that sounds really nice and positive. But look at the customer side; they'll be frustrated, right? Guys, it's not going well. You're on the 5th day. Why are you not listening to me? Are you going to fail like this next 10 days?
I mean, if you see from the perspective, he hasn't seen what the end result would look like. So we would have to give him out what exactly would be coming in the first week, second week, and third week, and then kind of have a demo if required in between.
Yep. So what I observed here is, thanks Deepak for the good points there. What I observed is in such scenario, I don't want to throw them back that I will not do anything there. Rather, they say that, okay, buddy, we will take these points. We will talk about this in the next stand up on Monday morning. As a client, if you wish, you can be part of the stand up also. Listen what's happening, how things are going on. I want you to listen a couple of stand ups to gain confidence what's happening in the team. You are seeing a burn down chart. It's a graphical representation. I want to be part of a couple of stand-ups. Be there. Don't talk anything. Be a listener. Listen what's happening there. When you listen, chances are you may understand what is happening. You may get some confidence there. Because Monday morning, John says that, you know what, there was a big difficulty till Thursday, man. We fixed the problem. Now the boat starts moving faster. Or John says, I need more help, and Scrum Master is saying something there. Or a project manager saying something there. I would expect to invite my customers if they want to listen. You can be in a stand-up to listen. Or I will say that, hey, you can also contribute if you see anything can be added. But I will not disturb my team. I will not allow to disturb my team for next few days. At least I give them the time, what they're doing there. And they want, as a PMI, want to see what they're going to do here. Are you going to throw the things on the fence in the name of product owner? Or are you going to handle it? That's what they want to see. As Deepak said, it happens in the industry and we prevent it. But I also seen frustration from the customer. Fifth day, they shout louder. Guys, man, 10 more days. Are you going to kill your time like this? I said, no, I'm not going to kill the time. Stand there, watch out the stand-up meeting. Or if you want, we give a interim sprint review. There is something called interim review. You no need to wait for a sprint review end of last day. Even if a small portion of work completed in between, I can give a middle of a sprint some review. I can show that what we have done so far. I will call for this that can I do a sprint review by Tuesday? We'll give a small portion of work what is done incrementally. In the whole sprint, I can do something. And there my customer feels, oh wow, now I feel something there. Please keep moving. Any help, let me know. So I don't want to throw my customer away. At the same time, I don't want to disturb my team. And this is a crucial role for a manager, emotional, and also the number and numerical parameter we have to follow. But we should not follow the format of disturbing the team. That we should not do. Ooh. All right, there's a big question. Consume a lot of time. Any learnings from here? Let's listen from people around here. What is your 1 or 2 words takeaway from this learning? Anything we observed?
I think agile mindset.
Mindset is needed. By
PMI.
any chance? Yeah, Kushbu?
No, just mentioning PMI ethics. Also, we should.
PMI ethics. By any chance, agile principles are observed or utilized in these questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would recommend you to read the principle, 12 principles properly, understand it clearly. On top of that, when you solve the question, if you can't solve the question or you solve the question, look at the answer, see how this answer is a mapping with any of the 12 principles. If you are able to see conceptually mapping with that principle, many agile questions you can solve effectively, not by memorizing word by word. Shri, I know the principle number 5. Motivated individuals, fantastic. What does it mean by motivated individuals? What does it mean? What does it mean to my team? If I can see from that perspective, you may solve many questions. Yeah, this is where people struggle. Agile, I know, daily stand-up is a review is a scrum master. Okay, these are all basic logistical work. What is Agile? Where it comes from? In our class, I took Agile starting from flow production of Ford company. Then it took to lean management. Then I explained about what is Agile. If somebody has understood step by step, by now when I say Agile, your brain starts thinking, okay, in lean management, we reduce waste. In flow production, we want speed. Speed, reduction of waste, people efficiency. How can I bring together? How can I see that in the question? Where I can see that, I think that's what the PMI is looking for. Yeah, that's why this exams are different from other exams, right? Other exams straight away ask, as a Scrum Master, how many meetings you'll attend? In a stand-up meeting, how many minutes it will take? Oh, those are basic questions. But you are taking an exam called professional exam. So if you want to be a professional, you should be deep on the concept. That's what they're looking for. Yeah. But I really appreciate everyone gave an explanation for your answers. Really, really good, because I want to see different perspective. Nothing wrong here, nothing right here. We are discussing. Because today your brain thinks this way, tomorrow morning it will think a different way.